There's two things that all four of you will go through in your lifetime. Undeniable.
Being like broke or...
What's one money habit you wish you started when you were a teenager?
Oh, man.
What's the biggest money mistake teens should avoid?
The booze. Bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue à la Game du Courtage. Je vous donne un invité spécial, Gaetano Chiara, planificateur financier. On a Emma, sa fille, Gino, il est déjà venu à l'ancien podcast, Luca, un nouveau, and we have Nikki, that he already came. So, aujourd'hui, on fait... David est en vacances, fait qu'on va lui souhaiter bonnes vacances. Il revient samedi, anyway, il a juste parti 4 jours, he went to Florida.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So Gaetano, when did you start your own business?
2017, I branched out. So I've been in the finance industry a long time. TD for many, many years. 2017, I decided to change a bit. Is actually where I met Steve. I met Steve in the ocean on vacation.
Because I knew his wife. We went to school together.
And ever since then, it's been a great friendship. So 2017, I decided to go on my own. Financial advisor with IG Wealth Management. Been working a lot with business owners for, I would say, the past 4 years. So concentrating a lot on business owners.
So you work with people that have no money.
I work with people that need financial advice the most. I would say business owners.
Yeah.
The biggest fault that we have is that we focus tremendously on our business, which is great because that's how it allows us to grow. But we kind of put our finances on the side just to make sure that the business is running and that we could live the lifestyle that we want.
And it is true because après on oublie on a besoin des assurances la business. You know what? Okay, I'm reinvesting the profit on the business, but des fois it's not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So this is why we sit down with you, and you say, hey, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. And now you're thinking, okay, let's go.
Ouais.
So this is the thing. So
il y a beaucoup de stratégies fiscales aussi qui sont disponibles pour les propriétaires d'entreprise. Puis la plupart des propriétaires d'entreprise le savent pas ou ils ont un manque au niveau de cette of that knowledge, and it's normal. You know, I wouldn't be able to sell a house. That's why I called him. That's his profession. But when he sells my house, I can tell him where to put his
profit. Now at the same time, we have the young kid. So Emma, which school did you go? And now I think you finished your Sec 5. You did your prom this year.
Yeah.
So okay, you will have to, I think, hold the mic like that. They're gonna hear you. But you this year was your last year. Where did you go?
Yeah, exactly. I went to Saint-Jean-Vianney.
Okay, and now in which field you're going to college now? Which subject did you choose?
I'm gonna go in ressources humaines with math, so I can end up going into finance later on.
So you're gonna go work with your dad.
She's gonna retire me.
So she's gonna take over.
That's the plan.
This is the plan?
That's the plan.
Yeah.
And you picked it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you saw him working.
Yeah.
Do you sit next to him when he works?
Yeah. I was in a meeting today with him.
Okay.
Yeah, taking notes with my clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah, it's very good. I will say she has a great mind for it. I will not be her first employer.
No?
No, I refuse.
Why?
She needs to see what the real world kind of is before getting into working for yourself or working for a family.
So you want her to, when she finishes, she's only going to start with you right away?
No. I think a great building experience for somebody who wants to go into finance, specifically if I take her path, is start with a financial institution, whether it's TD or any other bank. I think it's important so that you get the groundwork ready and you learn from somebody else. You know this. As a parent, teaching your kids something is way more difficult than if somebody comes in and says the same thing.
It is true.
100%. I saw it in coaching. So I was privileged to coach both my kids in soccer, and I repeated things over and over again. And if the other coach would say the same thing, right away.
I don't know why, huh?
I don't know. I used to listen to my parents.
But are you okay with that?
Yeah. In a way. Yeah.
In a way?
Yeah.
I still 100% agree with you. See?
No?
Say in a way.
In a way. Yeah, she doesn't, but I think ultimately, it's ideal to be able to see another aspect of the business that you're in when you're getting taught by an outsider or an outside source. You're going to learn things your way because we have a tendency of trying to teach them the things our way.
Yeah.
And that's our problem.
It's not always the best way, but it's
No.
the way that we're comfortable with.
Yes, 100%. But that's because we know we've been through all the other ways. And all
Yes.
the other ways don't necessarily work, but they don't work for us. Doesn't mean that it won't work
For
for
them.
them.
That is true. You know what? Yeah.
So I find getting that 1 or 2 years in a financial institution, financial setting that's different than what I specifically do or how I specifically run the business, I think is going to be...
But it's going to take her more time because before she's not going to start right away. She's going to start like a clerk, and after she's going to work
Yeah.
her way up.
Yeah.
So it's going to take at least 3-4 years.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that she has to wait necessarily after she's done either, right? Through her
Okay.
process, through school, there's part-time work, and that's what we're going to eventually start looking at when she's 18, to be able to go into finance and just
Start
start...
because she can't start before 18.
Yeah,
It's like us. Okay, so the same thing as real estate.
yeah, exactly, because of the bylaws and privacy acts and whatever.
What? You know, you knew that?
Knew what?
Well, you know, you make faces at me.
But like, I knew I couldn't start real estate until
Yeah,
I
real
was
estate
18.
18,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
financial too. I didn't think about it. I did it.
I mean, if I'm 18 and I can't place my money somewhere, how would you be able to be placing another person's money?
Okay, so while you work in a dépanneur, you could sell cigarettes, but you're not 18.
Because you're not like taking
same
the
thing.
cigarettes to yourself. You're just selling
Yeah.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
what?
It's the same thing, by the way.
Right.
I find those laws a bit stupid
Yeah, they're very specific. They're very...
because they can't place their money. Sometimes they have money because
Yeah.
the gift, this, that, but you can't do nothing with it.
No, none of the programs are available to under 18 for on-the-market investments. So whether it's mutual funds, stocks, or whatever, if you're under 18, if you're considered a minor, you can't.
Rear?
Potentially,
Yeah.
but there's added complexity. So there's added evidence that you have to put in to make sure that it makes sense to have an RRSP. Because don't forget, the RRSP technically is locked in until they're 65, right? You shouldn't
Yeah.
be touching it until you're 65. So if you start putting into your RRSP when you're 17, there's gonna be question marks a lot.
Yeah, but maybe it's to buy a house.
Yeah, but then there's other programs now that are way more worth it than an RRSP for a young guy, for a young
But
person.
they're allowed to put it at 17?
No, everything starts at 18.
Exactly.
Yeah, everything starts at 18.
Guys, life started at 18. Before that, you guys are screwed.
You have a year left. I don't know but I know you're 17, right?
No, I'm 16. I'm turning 17 in like a month or something.
Okay, yeah. So same year as Emma. I don't know about you guys. If you're
I'm 17.
you're 17 already, turned 17.
Yeah, I just turned 17.
Happy birthday
I'm gonna be 18 in October.
in October.
Yeah.
So life starts for you in October.
For real.
What?
I don't know.
Because you have to start working and pay for your own stuff?
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing either.
No, it's not. And we did it, us two, at the same time, but we started younger than them.
Yes, different times, different mentalities. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we were both brought up by business owners.
Yes, my dad was was an entrepreneur, yeah.
My dad was an entrepreneur as well. We didn't have all these summer camps and all these summer activities that you guys have nowadays.
No.
12 years old, 13, if you were too young to stay at home alone, you're going to work. And that's what it was. My summer was, I say work with my dad, but I mean,
You were more sweeping the floor.
oh yeah, sweeping the floor, cleaning the cars, all the work that he offered to his clients but didn't want to do. This guy.
This guy is going to do the job.
Right here.
Now, do you clean cars?
No. No, I pay to get them clean.
This is what it does, Luca. So, Luca, what are you doing?
So I started auto detailing business
Very
a
nice.
couple months ago, and yeah, I do interior, exterior details on cars.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Waxing and all that.
Yeah,
all that
waxing.
stuff.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look into maybe in the winter. I'm gonna look into learning how to polish and doing ceramic coatings on cars too. So if that's something I can find, I'm gonna for sure do it.
Oh, very good. Good for you. So,
So-
entrepreneur mindset right away from the
Yeah,
get-go.
exactly. So, what do you recommend? If you want to continue in that business, do you want to open a company, or you still want to be self-employed? Because it's a different way. No, he's able to tell you what to do.
I mean, I don't really know what the difference is with opening a company and working, just for myself and doing all my stuff on my own.
Yeah. So financially is where that decision is going to be taken into place. And what I mean by that is, if you can generate enough income to not use it all, then an incorporated is going to be something that you're going to want to look at. But until you get to that stage, if you're going to use all the money that you're making, it's not necessarily worth it. And that's obviously a conversation that you should have with an accountant. But I would say that the biggest difference is there. Once you have enough money to leave as a nest egg in the company, because then you'll have added costs as well, right? For your accountant to be able to manage that company, manage your tax purposes, all those extra expenses. You have to be able to have the income for that, and it becomes beneficial leaving it in a company because you're not taxed as much in the company than you are personally, right? And that's a more in-depth conversation that you could have. But technically, on your company, if you leave the money in the Inc., you're taxed at 17, 18, around 20%, let's say. On the personal side, the more you make, the more you're taxed.
Yeah.
Right?
And it could go to until when? How much percentage of your income?
A lot.
What is a lot? 48 plus?
Yeah, 53% is the maximum.
I mean,
If I stay like where I am now, if I don't open a company.
Yeah, exactly. But then you're talking, because it goes with your salary, right?
Yeah.
The more you make, the more you're taxed.
Yeah.
So it's what, 88 bracket? 88, you tax at 48?
At 48, 88 to I think 113 for this year, or 111.
So if you make that salary, you're going to give 48% of your salary to the government.
Yeah.
If I make 88,000.
Exactly.
So
call it 50%. That means that if you're making 88, you get 44 in your pockets. However, as a self-employed person, you have opportunities where it'll be more beneficial. So somebody who's self-employed and makes, let's make the numbers easy, okay? It's self-employed that makes 100,000, okay? Versus somebody that's employed, so salaried at 100,000, is not the same dollar amount after taxes, okay? The reason being is that usually you'll round up a self-employed income by about 30%. And the reason why you do that is because you pay on the daily stuff that will help you run your business, and that becomes an expense. So, cell phone, right? As a self-employed, we're on our cell phones 99% of the day, and our business is run by 90% on the cell phone.
Yeah, all on the internet now.
Yeah. All the time. So that becomes an expense.
Yeah.
So that reduces your income and reduces your payment on taxes. Somebody who's salaried won't necessarily have, depending again the salary setting, but usually somebody who's salaried won't have a deduction for his cell phone, as an example. Your car, as a self-employed business owner, you need a car to go to your different job sites, meet clients, whatever the case may be. Those become expenses as well, right? So you're paying it with pre-tax dollars before you get taxed. Whereas a salaried person, again, depending on their work setting, generally will not be able to deduct car payments, mileage, gas, whatever it is. Yeah. So that becomes a payment with after-tax dollars, right? So for us, leasing a car is a deduction. So whatever we pay monthly on our lease is not actually what it's costing us, because we're saving on taxes. Whereas salaried person, for the same payment, will actually be paying more than what they're actually paying with their raw dollar.
To make it more simple, let's say that he was talking about the 50%, that you make 88 and you have left 44,000. But with that, you have to calculate that you have to pay your cell phone, you have to pay your car. So at the end of the day, you didn't make 44. You're going to make 28, 30. But if you have it on the company, well, it's an expense, you reduce. So you're going to make maybe 44 in your pocket or 60 in your pocket.
Yeah.
So they have, but they say you have to wait 2 years. They say they prefer to stay 2 years.
Yeah.
To run the business, to see how it goes.
Yeah, 2 years is the benchmark where we're going to be able to see some kind of regularities, right? So if there's 1 year where you make 12,000 because you started, and then the next year you're making 40, well, the third year you should be closer to your second year than your first, right? Because that's where you see where you got a good grasp of your client base and your clients and recurring clients and whatnot. So usually 2 years will give you a good idea of what your future income should be if you stay as is. Obviously.
Because the goal is to grow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it really depends too, because I'm also interested in doing a trade too for school, electricity. So who knows, maybe I'll start something too like that. It all depends where it goes from here.
Very good. So Luca coming out of the gates hot.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur wants to do a trade, not very common in today's younger generations.
Exactly, it is true.
Very, very
Yeah,
uncommon.
I don't enjoy going to school.
Well, the reason why I say that is because technology is so important that everybody's going into tech, everybody's going into these office jobs, but a lot of the trades are being left behind. And let's be honest, if we don't have trade workers or trades to base ourselves on, our society is gonna, on va manger nos bas. Like
You know
we
what?
say in French later on.
Mais tu regardes, je regarde des affaires en Chine, il y a beaucoup de choses robotiques dans la construction, les toits,
Ouais.
le plaster.
Ouais.
Je regarde ça puis je dis, on est loin de ça, nous autres ici. Là.
Ouais.
Honnêtement, là, on est loin, loin, loin de ça, de cette technologie-là. Est-ce que ça va venir? Je pense que les toitures, il y a une compagnie qui le fait à Montréal.
Ah ouais?
Oui, mais je sais pas c'est quoi le coût. Je sais pas, ça coûte-tu moins cher qu'un des roofers qui viennent ou. Mais c'est juste du bardeau. Pour
Juste du
l'instant.
bardeau.
Ouais, du bardeau. So, moi aussi. Alors, je sais pas ce que. Je pense que à moins que ça soit implémenté vraiment, pour un autre 10-15 ans facile. Là.
Ouais, mais je pense qu'il y a une grosse différence climatique aussi entre nous autres puis l'Asie en total.
Ouais, l'Asie, ouais, c'est vrai.
Fait que, est-ce que tu sais, le climat va avoir un impact? Puis j'en ai aucune idée. Là.
Non.
Dans la robotique, I'm absolutely zero. But je me demande si ça n'a pas un impact aussi, est-ce que ça va ralentir nos avancements robotiques pour au moins une période de l'année. Là.
Oui, parce que dans le fond, l'hiver, c'est sûr que nous autres, on est l'hiver, fait que ça bloque aussi. Là.
Ouais, c'est
Fait
ça.
qu'il y a beaucoup de jobs il y a beaucoup de jobs saisonnières.
Ouais. Mais tu sais, encore là, I mean, trade is always going to be needed. You're always going to need plumbers, roofers, bricklayers. These guys are the backbone of our building blocks as a society. We can't discredit them, right? So the fact that, again, you're coming out hot out of the gates,
It is.
entrepreneur, trade, is not what we hear as
Often.
a commonly. Yeah.
But I find their
often.
generation a lot. Because
Yeah?
they have guys, I have other friend that is going to go and trade. Nikki he's going to be a soccer pro player.
That's the plan.
Right now I'm playing in the States.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, high school, and hoping to go D1 in college down there too, and then see where it takes me from there.
That's amazing.
So that's it. That's what I was saying. You're going to need him when you're going to make too much money
Yeah.
to place it.
I'm gonna sign you young. Now. I'll give you my business card when we're done.
Yeah.
Where are you playing?
It's in Boston, Milton Academy.
Oh, very nice. And how did you end up there?
I went to actually the showcase that Remax sponsors, called the FMS Showcase.
Yeah, FMS Pro. Yeah.
Alright.
And from there, Noah helped me out. The guy Noah that created the showcase, he helped me out. And from there, I got schools were interested, and last year was my first year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was your what year converted into US?
Well, I redid my Sec 4, so I redid my grade 10 year,
Yeah.
and I still have 11 and 12 to
Left
do.
in the States.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because they have one more high school year
Yeah,
than we do, right?
exactly,
That education system. But
Yeah.
they also have one more university year than we do.
Yeah, they do 4 years down there.
Okay, very cool. So what D1s are you looking at?
Well, because I was like a sophomore, which is like Sec 4.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to talk in schools yet.
Okay, yeah.
So this year I'm gonna be able to, but so far I haven't looked at any
Good for you. What position?
midfield.
Center? Like a cam?
Yeah, more attacking.
Oh, very good. Good for you. You get your signature after when we're done. Get your autograph. Just in case. That's called an investment, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. It is an investment. You guys
Very
have any
good.
question? You guys prepare some question?
Yeah.
It's a week that we told you guys you're going to come on the
I have
podcast.
questions. I have
Okay,
questions.
go.
I can pull out my phone and check.
Yeah, for sure. They have a week. They have so much to do. They were busy, so they didn't learn anything.
I appreciate that you're coming prepared.
Yeah. I have a question for you. It's what's one money habit you wish you started when you were a teenager?
Oh, man. I love that question. It's a great question.
The booze?
I wish I hadn't started now. One habit that I wish I would have started is just consciously putting money aside. Doesn't matter what the amount is, but really building that habit of saying, if I'm getting X amount of dollars this week, I want to put X amount of dollars on the side right away.
What do you recommend? 33% of what you're making? 50%?
Honestly, at that age, doesn't matter.
Because they don't need much to
No.
live. So
So
usually they should-
percentage-wise is not the key when you're starting at your age. What's really the key is getting into that discipline, getting into that habit. Because later on in life, when you start getting all these expenses that are really piling up, a house, expensive kids,
Yeah, they love the shoes, you know, the
Yeah.
Easy one, then the Air Force
yeah,
one.
yeah. So expensive kids and their mothers that we love. When all that starts piling up as an expense, you still want to have that habit to say, this is what I'm getting, this is what it costs me, this is what I need to put aside, right? And then if you get into that discipline, it's just going to make it a lot simpler later on. I wish I would have been more inclined to do that when I was younger.
Do you think they should get insurance right away? Life insurance.
I think their parents should get them life insurance right away.
Why? They're gonna be 18.
Yeah, so at 18, I mean, yes. And the reason why is because there's an insurability factor for everybody. Everybody eventually is going to need life insurance, right? It's less costly when you start younger, right? And there's two things that are certain for everybody in this life. Anybody would know what those two things are? Don't answer. I know you know what the answer
Yeah, I'm not
is.
gonna say
There's two things that all four of you will go through in your lifetime. Undeniable.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Being like broke or
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Any other guesses?
Paying taxes.
That's one of them. Absolutely.
and that's
There you go.
death.
Exactly.
Death and taxes.
Yeah.
Those are two things that everybody here will have to face. Okay? There's nothing wrong with being prepared with those two things, right? And so, yes, the younger you get life insurance, the cheaper it is, the more benefit you'll get from it later on.
Exactly.
And that's something that culturally we don't do.
You know what? I got insured at 18.
Great.
But the problem, you were not in the business, so I didn't get the right one.
Yeah.
So this is the issue that, and it was really cheap back then.
Yeah, of course.
And now I'm looking at it because now we have to revise the insurance, and I'm waiting that he calls my wife to get the appointment before he throw me on the bus. So we have to revise, and yeah, the price went up by a lot.
Tremendously.
Yeah.
Everything goes up as age, right? Because life insurance, the thing is that you're covered for until you're 100 years old, right? So if you take life insurance when you're 10, you have 90 days, 90 years,
90 years.
for those premiums and for that coverage to count, right? So it's calculated or it's broken down into 90 years. So that cost year over year for 9 years is going to be smaller than if you take your insurance at 60 and you only have 40 years. Right? That's very, very simple math. So absolutely, the younger you are, the better it is to look at it.
So you guys are 18, pay your own insurance. Not the parent to pay.
I also have a question.
Sure.
What's the biggest money mistake teens should avoid?
Oh, man.
The booze.
The shoes.
The shoes.
I would say that the biggest mistake is not putting a certain importance on money, right? And what I mean by that is, at your age, everybody feels like money comes in easy. And from an adult standpoint, at least that's how we kind of see it, right? Oh, I need this. And partly it's our fault, and I'll take the blame for my kids. Oh, I need this. Okay, well, here's so much, go buy it. So it feels like it's always easy to come by, right? But really understanding what the value of a dollar really means is huge. And so one of the exercises that we used to do, and it wasn't even an exercise, it was really to have fun while we were grocery shopping, funny enough, is we would give them a small amount of money, whether it be $5 each, and say, okay, well, you have $5, go ahead and buy whatever you want, but no more than $5. So my wife and I were able to do our groceries quiet, and these guys would run around. But it actually kind of taught them the value of a dollar, saying, well, for $5 I can get 1 bag of chips, or I can get 7 bags of candy. What am I buying? So just to really understand what that really represents and how you're spending your money is also, I think, something that we should put more focus on our younger generation.
And the car is the worst one. Yeah, because you guys are getting there and say, I want a car. oh, I would like the Audi, I would like the Infinity, I would like to have the Mercedes. But at the end of the day, those cars, they're very expensive insurance-wise, and they're very expensive monthly.
Yeah, maintenance too.
Maintenance.
Yeah. So, and that again goes back to understanding the value of a dollar, right? Yes, you're going to look great in a Mercedes. But your Honda Civic or whatever, Mazda 3, peu importe,
It's going to do the same job.
is going to get you from point A to point B. And it's not like we're always going to see you in your car either, right? So you're going to look good regardless if you're in it or you're not.
Yeah, I agree.
No choice to agree.
You guys have one more question? You should go. You guys have to be ready, huh? Am I, huh? You're next.
I think
So,
camera shy.
Yeah, your friend ditched you, I heard.
They're
your friend-
two-sided to it, my
Then
friend.
that's it, huh? So they let you behind and say, oh, no, it's okay. Now they're going to see, they're going to be jealous, they're going to come next time.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think so.
so if ever you wanna like move out,
Yeah.
like let's say by 20 years old, I wanna move out and do something on my own, like get my own place or something like that. Where do you think I should like put my money so that I can be able to afford everything and groceries and my own stuff?
Yeah, great question. And then, you know what sucks with a financial advisor is that we always start with our answers with it depends, right? Because every situation is financially different. And so you're talking about 17 in 3 years from now. That's my plan. Sometimes that horizon is too short to be able to say we're going to put money here and we're going to invest here and we're going to do this, just because markets are volatile. So we never know in terms of investments what's going to happen. The idea is always to get you a positive return, but it's year over year positive return. In the same year, sometimes it's very, very difficult to kind of be able to see what's going to happen. So 3 years doesn't give us a big window to get you the maximum out of your money.
Yeah.
There are possibilities, for sure. I would say the key thing that you're going to want to really look at is your budget more than how much money you have aside. Meaning, with your income coming in and you being on your own, you need to make sure that at the very, very least, one of your paychecks covers all your expenses. And your other paycheck is really for your supplementals, your surprises. So yes, ideally it's to have a nest egg, to be able to have a certain dollar amount to rely on, but your budget is really where you're going to have to put your focus.
So technically your first, let's say that you pay bi-weekly
Yeah.
or every 2 weeks. So let's say you make, I don't know, 4,000 a month. So your first 2,000 should cover your car, all your expense, your food, your rental or your house.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is a lot of money.
Yeah, all you with $2,000, 4.5 now is 1,500. Yeah, you didn't pay your car, you didn't pay your food, you didn't pay your insurance, you didn't pay your cell phone,
Yeah.
you didn't pay your cable.
Yeah, and it's a lot. And I mean, there's some expenses that you could put back on your second paycheck, but you have to remember that if $2,000 is gone for your expenses, right? There's four weeks in a month. You have $2,000 left. It's $500 a week. So if you want to do your groceries, growing boy, groceries nowadays for a growing boy is expensive, right? And if you put your gas in there, you want to go out, have fun. Your budget is really where I would say that's where your focus is gonna have to be on.
So is there like a age you recommend that?
In the finance world, age is very subjective because it really depends on your strength financially of what you could handle. Some people could do it at 18. Some people will, manage to do it only at 25. It really depends.
Yeah, it's basically how much money you're making.
Yeah, exactly. It really depends on your financial situation step by step. And this is where I think having somebody in your corner to guide you through that stuff, because we can't expect at your age that you guys have all the answers of everything that you could foresee, right? And so we've done it so we could give you a better idea. And I don't mean me specifically, but older generation, your parents, older brother, whatever. They've done it, so there's nothing wrong with saying, what am I missing? Right?
But you're gonna struggle more because
For sure.
you're gonna live paycheck by paycheck. So
For sure.
you're not gonna be able to miss one day of work because you need that money to pay your bill at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And it happened to us. At the end of the day, it happened to us. The advantage, I was lucky, I was handy, so I was able to do a job on the weekends. So I had my regular job, but to cover the rest, I need to work on the weekend to afford it. So I was working 7 days a week. People say, like Sebastiano always say, that back then it was cheaper. It was.
Yeah, but everything was.
Yeah, everything was, but even your paycheck was cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. Everything was. It's a different situation, right?
Yeah.
So yes, your houses were cheaper, groceries were cheaper, but
yeah, grocery was cheaper.
your salary was cheaper too. Hey, listen, I started working at TD at the call center, minimum wage, and this it probably gives my age a bit, but it was like $8 an hour. Your minimum wage now is like 15, but everything else also went up. Right? A bag of chip now is what, $9? Used to be like 75 cents when we were kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everything's gone up to a certain degree. I would say almost exponentially, not equal growth or prorated growth across the board, but everything kind of goes up to follow society's costs and whatever in the economy. But going back to your question, it's really, I think your biggest focus is going to be how my budget looks like and what can I actually afford.
And do you want to put money aside to be able to grow that money for later on too?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
technically, I
that
would
would
say
be like-
25 would be more reasonable to leave the house.
Yeah.
20, I find it's young.
It is young, especially with the cost of
living.
Of living.
Yeah, I mean,
and-
you just have to see like where you stand at that point in your life.
But it goes back to what I was saying before, right? Understanding the value of a dollar. And this means that you're going to start working on your own business now, right? The income that you're going to be making, you're going to understand the struggles of being able to make that dollar and to make that money in your pocket, right? You understand that if I want to spend $200 on these shoes, this represents 10 cars next week, or whatever it is, one job or two jobs, whatever. Your rent is going to be $1,500. How many jobs does that represent? So you're going to understand the value a little bit more, and maybe you'll be able to say, well, you know what? Maybe I won't go to this expensive dinner for whatever reasons. I'll do my own groceries.
I make my wife cook.
So, or Uber Eats.
Oh, Uber Eats, it's a rip-off. I see that. Me, it's rare that I use it.
It's a great business model. Good for them.
Yeah, it's a great bit. But when I see the fees and everything is more expensive, I'm like, I'm going to take my car. I'm going to go get it.
So how much does it cost for one ice cream cone from Chocolat Favori?
$40.
What? So she decided one night that she absolutely wanted ice cream from there. So she ordered the cone. She ordered a cone, whatever it was. The fees, the taxes, the tip was like 30, 31, 32, $33.
And you approve it. You said yes?
Yeah.
But again, not understanding the value of a dollar, right? So 2 weeks later, we went all together, the whole family. 4 people cost us like $4 more. And that's when she turned around and she's like, is this the price? I'm like, this is for 4 people. She's like, wow. So again, understanding the value of that dollar, right? It's going to make a difference. Next time, maybe she'll have a Mr. Freeze instead.
But she's working?
She will be.
So who paid that cone?
She paid that cone.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she has her own money.
Okay, good.
She has her own.
The money that you put in my account.
Yes, but that's money that's put aside for you regardless. So that's your own money. There you go.
It's good.
So my question is, for example, I make $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
How much of that am I supposed to put in my savings?
The golden question. Again, the boring answer. It depends. So, according to your budget, right? And life will bring you different cycles, such as renting you're going to be in one cycle with those expenses, right? Then you'll get married, buy a house, have kids. All these expenses will vary through time, right? So your life cycle is going to change, and your pockets are going to be able to handle more of that income and put more of that savings aside, depending on where you are in your life cycle, right? So it goes back to, again, what I was saying before. As a youngin, you want to get into the habit of being able to put money aside regularly. And so on your $100,000, it all depends. If you're living at home,
75% should be placed.
75, let's say 50% should be placed, 25% should be donated back to your parents.
No, they say no, huh?
No, right away. Right away. No, but if you're living at home, obviously your expenses are lower, so a bulk of that should be put onto the side to be able to down payment for your property, furniture, the day you move out, whatever the case may be. But once you start getting your own expenses, it's not going to be so much the percentage that's going to be key of what you put aside, more the fact that you're actually doing it. And then you'll be able to adjust. So I have clients that going through a rough patch, they're putting $1,000 aside. Okay, I'll go down to 500, but they'll never stop it because they have that discipline. And I think the discipline is going to be more important than what the percentage is actually going to be.
Because technically, the 100,000, it's taxable.
Yeah.
So you're not having 100 grand.
No.
You're getting, let's say, put at 50%. You have 50,000.
Yeah.
If you live with your parent, it's fine because maybe you need 10,000 a year to have fun. But if you live in an apartment, if you're able to put 250 bucks a month,
You should be able to be more. I mean, at 100,000 taxable is $1,000 a week after tax. It's $4,000 directly in your pockets.
yeah, but 4,000.
I mean,
let's do the calculation over here because life is expensive.
yeah, it is. It
So let's say 1,500 for 4.5. Let's say the electricity bill is 100 bucks a month.
Calculating it right away.
What?
Insurance?
Insurance? How much is insurance? The cheap or
No, I mean probably around 200 bucks a month.
okay? This is for the house insurance
Yeah, house insurance.
and car insurance.
Yeah.
Okay, and life insurance.
Their age, 30 bucks maybe.
Okay, 30 bucks. Cell phone. The what? Average 65 bucks a bill.
I don't know. My bill's more than that.
Yeah, okay, so 65 is the average. Gas per week, 50.
I don't know. Is he driving a Mazda 3
Mercedes
or?
and a Mazda, let's say with 55 bucks. I remember 1,950. I didn't do the grocery yet.
Yeah.
I didn't pay my cable yet. 200 bucks
A week.
a week.
Oh, week.
You get nothing. Me, 50 bucks. J'ai acheté 4 packs de cocotte,
Yeah, no,
plus a bit of bread. And
No, you're looking at for a single person
yeah, single. Okay, 100 bucks, 150, 125
a week.
a week.
Yeah, I would say probably 400 bucks a month. 350. Let's
Okay,
say at
so
least.
let's say
At the
per
very
month.
least.
So let's do 125. We did the card, we did this, we did that. You didn't go out yet.
Not going off.
yeah, I'm not
that's
going.
it. Not going out, but that's
Yeah, 2,075. And
Yeah.
I'm sure we forgot. Oh, I didn't put the cable because this it's another 150 bucks.
yeah. Well, just internet, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously you need TikTok.
So
forget
let's
the
say we're at
TikTok.
2,200. So you have 1,008
Yeah,
left. Divide by
yeah. It's 450 bucks a week.
it's not much.
No, it's not. It's not. But it's. I mean,
So if you put 200, be reasonable, 250 bucks a month,
Yeah.
and you place it, he said you could do more, but let's say that you want to live a bit and you want to have fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
The thing is that again, it's creating that habit more than the amount is.
yeah, that's it.
But to answer your question, if you break it down into numbers, $100,000 a year, you're getting about $1,000 a week, and this is if you're salaried, right? So you should, at the very least, be able to at least put $100 of that a week aside.
So 400 bucks.
Yeah, 10%.
So in 25 years, I'm a millionaire.
Oh, easy. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you are, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see the compound
listen.
interest, and it's a lot of money because we were talking about compound interest last time.
Yeah. 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 Listen, you're looking at $4,800 a year that you're putting aside, not including interest, over 20 years. Yeah. I mean, 25, 30 years, you're not close. If you're not a millionaire, you're really not far off.
Yeah, but in 25 years to be a millionaire, if you have 1 million, it's nothing. You're not gonna have enough to retire. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Because not even today, with 1 million, you cannot retire.
I mean, again, it really all depends, right? It depends on your lifestyle. It depends on what that million represents. It also depends on what you're cashing in on in terms of pensions and whatever. It really depends on your situation, financial situation.
Okay, let's say that you have no pension, but you have $1 million.
Yeah, but it depends. Do you have a mortgage, or do you have expenses? Do you own property? Like, it really all depends. If you're just living on $1 million, where
I live in an apartment.
Yeah, no mortgage, no car payments. You could definitely live off. Yeah, for sure.
I'll have a hard time.
You would have a hard time, yeah, for sure. But that means that your lifestyle is also
You have to diminish it a lot.
yes. Again, depending. I mean, if you're gonna do a Europe trip every year and it's costing you 30 grand, Okay, maybe that million is not enough.
No, I'm too cheap for that.
It's because you have a good advisor.
Yeah, that's it.
No, it really all depends.
It all depends, yeah.
And speaking of the future, do you think a wife is more of an expense or an investment?
I'm going to answer that one off camera.
You guys spoke about like after 25 years you'd have $1 million, but then with that, like around $1 million, but with that money after, would you place it into real estate or would you keep investing in stocks here?
I'll let you talk. You're the platform advisor.
So, thanks, Gino, putting me on the spot. So these conversations happen often between financial advisors
In real estate.
and real estate. With $1 million, I would say it's going to be important to diversify, right? So, and diversification means it's very vast. So yes, a portion needs to be invested for sure, 100%, because you want that to grow and you want that to be able to flourish for you. Diversification means investing in different things, whether it be buying a business, investing, and real estate. Real estate is a big investment, and it's a big part of a financial plan when we do it. What I wouldn't necessarily do is either invest it all or spend it all on real estate. So notice how I started with investments first, right?
I like real estate. So I do. And before I met Gaetano, I didn't have any placement. And I said, you know what? I wanted to diversify. I said, it's in case real estate goes bad. Look, since 2005, we buy in with mommy, so I always did real estate.
Yeah.
So the rear, we didn't have it. CELI, we didn't have it.
Yeah.
What is CELI in English?
TFSA,
TFSA.
tax-free savings account, yeah.
So we didn't have that. So now with him, I said, yeah, you could do this, you could do that. So we diversify. So let's say that something goes wrong on one. Usually, if one goes wrong, the other one does good. So it balance out.
Yeah.
But we started to later on because I couldn't afford it back then.
And again, it goes back to our life cycles, right? When you have young kids, newly married, your expenses are going to be higher than a little bit later on, right? Now you're going to start working, so you're eliminating a lot of expenses for that. Because now you're going to start paying for your own things.
They go for their pretty part. I don't touch my money.
No,
I said,
he doesn't give me
it's
that
your
thing
friend.
anymore. Yeah, it's my own money.
Yeah, you too. The same thing.
Yeah, my parents, they don't pay. And my girlfriend, friends, anything, they don't pay. I have to pay for every gift, everything.
Yeah, we did it when you guys were young. It was normal. But now, we guys are 16, 17, 18.
But you know what? They're doing you a service because, again, they're teaching you the value of a dollar. So that gift, you go to a friend's birthday party, you're not going to necessarily buy $150 worth of gifts anymore because now you understand that means that it's coming out of your pockets and what it means to be able to replenish that, right? Yeah. So the value of a dollar is huge. It's a huge teaching for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. So to answer your question is, you need to diversify 100%. With $1 million, diversify.
But guys, start at 18 right away.
Yes, boss.
Yeah. This is what I always say. You know what? Start at 18. Because I think there's an insurance that you could buy. Yeah. And after later on, it's accumulate and you put money in it and you could borrow later on for investment.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So that's called a whole life policy. I with a lot of my young parents, so newborns, we look at that product very quickly, very young, because it's very.
So I should have started when it was
6 months old.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So give you an idea.
I'm sorry.
Just random numbers, more or less. But for a child that's not a year old, $100,000 coverage. Insurance will cost roughly about $1,500 a month for 20 years. So that's $30,000 of premiums injected into the policy for $100,000 coverage. But that grows every year. So the coverage by the time you're 65 is going to be over $1 million. And the cash component that you have in that policy that you could borrow against is close to $500,000. So there's that growth component. So yes, there's some opportunities there. And so a lot of business people will also take a huge insurance policy right off the bat and just continuously borrow against it, borrow money, so withdraw money so that they could do investments, whether it be real estate, investments on the market, whatever it is. But yeah, it's a big strategy in financial planning for sure.
So guys, it's 45 minutes, and I think we could go on and on and on and on.
Definitely.
So I think we're going to do a part 2.
Perfect.
Perfect. So thank you, Gaetano,
My pleasure.
Emma, Gino, Luca, and Nikki. So see you next time. Merci.